I'm making this video once again for the new subscribers of my channel because I've already made a similar video previously. If you are already old to my channel, you may skip this video, but it is definitely better to understand once again the concept very clearly. I'm going to answer you two questions. Meaning of Aham Brahmasmi explained by my Acharya Swami Ram Swarup Yogacharya. Meaning of Tatvamasi explained by Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati. First, Aham Brahmasmi. The question is, please send the true meaning of Aham Brahmasmi in the light of Vedas. My Acharyaji beautifully answers, Aham Brahmasmi is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The literal meaning of Aham Brahmasmi is I am Brahma, that is I am God. However, the deep meaning will be obtained by quoting this example. Suppose there are two friends and in utmost stage of love, one friend states that there is no difference between me and my friend. My friend is not separate from me. Whatever he is, so am I. In the said example, it is clear that the two friends are quite separate from each other, but in the stage of utmost closeness, they start saying that they are not separate but are one. So is the case of Aham Brahmasmi, that is, I am God. What happens that at the stage of Samadhi, when a yogi realizes Almighty God, he feels that he is not separate from God. Because in Samadhi, he forgets the whole world and even himself too. In that stage of utmost love between the soul and God, a yogi naturally starts saying Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. However, fact is that Brahma, that is the Almighty God, and the soul of the yogi are always separate. So Aham Brahmasmi is a very, very deep philosophy. We have to listen the secret of Aham Brahmasmi only from a yogi who has realized Almighty God. Otherwise, we will think that everything is Almighty God, soul is Almighty God, which is absolutely anti-Vedic. Now let's go to Tatvamasi. I will make a separate video on Tatvamasi explaining the entire conversation between the Rishi and his son Shvetaketu. My Acharya has written a beautiful book called, in Hindi, Vedo Se Jarata Sanatan Satya. He has explained the meaning of Tatvamasi like nobody else has explained. I will make a separate video later on, but here shortly Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati explains. The questioner is asking, how will you then explain, then means how, if God and soul are distinct, how will you explain the statement Tatvamasi? And Maharishi is asking, what do you mean by Tat? What is your understanding of Tat? Then the questioner is saying, Tat means Almighty God. Maharishi is asking, from where did you get this idea that Tat means God? Then questioner is saying, Sadeva Somyedamagre Asid Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahm is the statement of Chandogya Upanishad. Here Brahm means, Tat means Brahm, that is Almighty God is what questioner is saying. Then Maharishi is answering, you have not even read Chandogya Upanishad, is very clear. There is no such word as Brahm in the statement. The text of Chandogya Upanishad is very clear. Sadeva Somyedamagre Asid Ekameva Dvitiyam. This is the right statement. 4 by 2 by 1 Chandogya Upanishad. Then the questioner says, then you tell me what is the meaning of Tat? Then Maharishi answers from Chandogya Upanishad 6 by 8 by 6 by 7. The statement is Sa Ya Yesho Nimai Tadatmayam Idam Sarvam Tat Satyam Sa Atma Tatvamasi Shvetaketo Iti Tadatmakas Tadattarayami Tvamasi. So, the meaning is, Maharishi writes, that Almighty God is worth knowing because He is the finest. He is the soul of the whole universe. He is the soul of the soul, the essence of the truth. He is His own soul. No other finer soul pervades that Almighty God, O son Shvetaketu. Thou art closely united with the all-pervading Supreme Being. This is the only explanation that may be consistent with the Upanishads. Also, Maharishi adds a beautiful quote from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Ya Atmani Tishtan Atmano Antaro Yamatmana Veda Yasyatma Shariram Atmano Antaro Yama Yati Sata Atmantar Yam Amritaha. Yajnavalkya Rishi is telling in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad to his wife Maitreyi, O Maitreyi, that Almighty God exists inside the soul but is distinct from it. The foolish soul is unaware of this existence of Almighty God within himself. The soul is, so to speak, the body of Almighty God. I repeat, the soul is, so to speak, the body of Almighty God. Just as the soul resides within the human body, Almighty God resides within the soul. Being distinct from the soul, Almighty God watches the good and bad actions of the soul and awards it their fruit and governs it. That Almighty God is the only worth to be known. This is the statement given by Yajnavalkya to his wife Maitreyi. So this clarifies that Almighty God and soul are always separate. There is no merger, and people, the Vedantists, the Advaita Vedantists, or even the Dvait, whoever is the Vedantist follower, they believe that everything is Almighty God, is utterly false misconception, because the problem is they do not understand the basic of Vedas. Now I will just share in a minute what I've learned from my Acharya from the first mantra of Yajurveda 40th chapter. Ishavastyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. See, Almighty God is using two words, jagatyam jagat. One jagat is the universe, which is non-alive. The other jagat is the soul, which is alive. And Isha means Almighty God. Vasyam means resides. God resides, and God is omnipresent in two places. One is inside the universe and the other is inside you. So this is the Vedic proof of Tatvamasi and Aham Brahmasmi, which clearly clarifies that soul and God are always separate and cannot merge with each other. And also the mantra number 40/8 clarifies Almighty God is Avrinam. There is no portion that can be separated from Almighty God. That means the soul cannot merge with Almighty God, because God does not have any hole in him. That soul goes and merge with him. So these fundamental concepts the Vedantists do not understand. The problem is they do not have an Acharya who is a Samadhist yogi who can explain these things very, very clearly. I hope the so-called Sanatani who are really cursing me for making these kind of videos, they are saying that I am spreading falsehood. The so-called Sanatani actually is speaking against the Vedic truth, which cannot be changed. Almighty God says in Rig Veda 3rd Mandal that my rules and regulations and my power are unchallengeable and unchangeable. Whatever I have created in this world and whatever is my niyam is unchangeable. This is what Almighty God says. So soul can never become Almighty God. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.